be fun to cut into. I see a bunch of cards. I see some altered dual lands too. Okay, Benjamin Ball, I can dig it. Brainstorm going to reveal from Dark Confidant. All of those cards that are laid out there, good question on what zone those are in. I think that's the hard part. I like to believe those are the graveyard.
Well, the Past in Flames has a different orientation, which makes this all quite confusing. So yeah, they likely exile with a Past in Flames in the graveyard. But it looks like Arthur is very close to just losing to the beatdowns momentarily anyway.
Yeah. So here's a Brainstorm from Ball. 1, 2, and 3 cards added to the grip. You see a Swan Song token. Derek Sheets getting in the air.
Yep.
Brainstorm going to resolve, and that is the graveyard.
Okay.
Going to sacrifice the Scalding Tarn now to Will Ball. Pretty nice Storm deck over there.
The dual land altars are very nice.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Couple various Asian cards in the graveyard. I mean, this looks like a labor of love.
Foil Dark Confidant?
Yeah. It's a Judge foil, not a booster, but still.
It's still pretty good.
There's a lot to like in Benjamin's side of the table here.
And a Ponder as well. Gonna take a look at a couple of cards here. Gonna keep that. The big question is he just dead straight up to Painter's Servant? That's the big question. He says, I'm going to mill somebody. The question is, who's he milling? He's going to mill him. There goes a Probe and an Infernal Tutor. So if Reynolds draws a Painter's Servant, is it over?
I mean, it would appear that way based on what's in play right now. But it looks like his hand is just mana and another Grindstone.
Yeah, I don't think he's found a way out.
Gonna get...
This might be the information game.
I could hope that he randomly goes over his top.
Yep. Yep. Get it all.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I never said that. Ancient Tomb gonna replay another Grindstone.
Gets another shot at it. It's pretty nice.
Gonna discard the grip. Grind ya. So you're saying there's still not a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Shoulder shrug.
All right.
Shoulder shrug and pick him up. We're going to go to a third and final one here between Benjamin Ball and Arthur Reynolds. Storm via Painted Stone.
Our combo side of the bracket over here.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Winner of this match going to play Andrew Snyder.
So I got Benjamin Ball's list here. He's got a sideboard, 2 copies of Dark Confidant, 3 Abrupt Decays, 2 Chain of Vapor, 2 Defense Grid, an Empty the Warrens, a Massacre, Pyroclasm, a Caracas, 2 copies of Grafdigger's Cage. So I would imagine we did see Dark Confidant in that game, which makes a lot of sense. When the 2 decks are on Disruption Overload, Dark Confidant could be a very powerful tool. I'm not sure if he's going to go so far as to bring in things like Abrupt Decay and Chain of Vapor because there's only so many of those slots he can really afford to bring in. But certainly the Dark Confidant, and I think some mixture of Abrupt Decay and Chain of Vapor is called for.
Other side, you've got a Bridge, 2 copies of Tormod's Crypt, 2 Chain of Vapor, 3 Misdirection, 3 Surgical Extraction, a Swan Song, and then 3 copies of Lawan, Cephalid Empress. Well, we know Swan Song's in.
Yes.
That much we do know. I actually kind of like Surgical Extraction. Actually, I kind of love Surgical Extraction.
It's really good against Storm decks in general.
Yeah.
You can randomly tag stuff, break up their combo. Sometimes when they're trying to go off with Past in Flames, it's definitely worth some slots.
Mill them with Grindstone and then Surgical them.
Oh, yeah.
That also plays. I kind of like that. Chain doesn't matter too much, neither does Misdirection. Tormod's Crypt is pretty good against the Past in Flames part of the kill, but they don't rely on that. The rest of the stuff doesn't really matter too much.
I have to say, we haven't gotten to see it yet because, you know, he's played against Imperial Painter in the quarterfinals and now against Ad Nauseam in the semis. But Painter's Servant set to blue Lawan makes me giggle. That's a really nice sideboard plan. Everything's blue.
Awesome.
Everything's blue. Now, I don't know if the Lawan is in there for only decks like Merfolk or if it's part of some larger anti-creature plan.
Yeah.
But if it's the second thing, that is really funny to me.
Blue, pick them up. Tack
For
2.
forever.
Yeah,
For forever.
Tack for 2, I guess. Yeah, that's actually pretty sweet. I kind of missed out on that.
Arthur's version of Dark Confidant is the Lawan beatdowns while their whole hand is locked.
Yeah, I like that. Benjamin Ball able to win the quarterfinals in what looked like pretty poor position for him, but Storm is pretty nimble, able to work its way out of some bad situations. So he was able to work through. You said Athalia?
Athalia, a Grafdigger's Cage.
And a Rest in Peace.
And a Rest in Peace.
Yeah.
When I walked away, it looked like his hand could make about 30 mana. So I'm not too surprised he was able to work his way through it, but
that's a lot.
Still, noodling through that puzzle is very challenging. So good on him. And now going to a game 3 here.
I like, yeah, I like Storm here. Give me Storm.
On the play, I don't know. I mean, these games are so fast.
Turn
potentially.
1, boom. That's what I see happening. I'm probably wrong, but
I mean,
like it.
Arthur's deck does have some disruption in the post-board games.
That's true.
So it's tough to just kill someone that fast through all that kind of stuff. Though the best Storm draws, of course, can do that.
Both players going to finish shuffling up here. Andrew Snyder waiting in the wings. He's won Legacy Opens before. He's trying to win another one here.
You can kind of see him hanging out in the background.
Yeah, here with Michael Siegel.
We played earlier today, I believe, in round 2 of our feature match coverage, right?
Yep.
Now awaits the finals.
Just a few people left here. A couple players doing some cube drafts and things of that nature, and we've got our players in the feature match area. You see Nick Miller doing a write-up for this match for you guys as well. If you guys want to check out the coverage page, you can definitely do that. Deck techs, top 8 profiles, top 16 deck lists, all that good stuff over at StarCityGames.com.
And to Michael's credit, when I asked him about we talked a little bit about his match with Andrew, and he said, you know what, he just played circles around me. That's all that happened.
You got to appreciate the honesty.
Yep. And Andrew did play very well in that match.
Yes, he did. Let's see how Ball and Reynolds do this go around. Game number 3. Winner of this goes to the finals here in Knoxville. Reynolds was very impressive in his match earlier against Wilkerson. You could see a solid understanding of things. It looks like he's going to keep with his Painted Stone deck. Ball doesn't look too thrilled, and it looks like he's okay. Reynolds. What land does he want to start game 3 with? It's going to be Volcanic Island. Going to follow it up with a Goblin Welder.
Great start for Arthur.
Can't complain too much, that's for sure. Cataxian Probe from Ball. Let's see what Reynolds is working with.
Goblin Welder is so powerful in conjunction with Intuition in Arthur's list.
The Grip, Painter's Servant, Seeded Synod, a Pyroblast,
Whoa.
Intuition, and a Sensei Top.
That hand's not messing around.
It's a really good hand.
Yeah.
It looks like a turn 4 or 5 kill. A little bit of backup.
Depends how slow Arthur wants to play the whole thing. He may not want to tap out on turn 2 as well, but that's a very explosive opening.
Probe gonna draw a card. The coast is clear for Ball to do something crazy.
That is true. That's the other side of this. There's no counter spells. Benjamin can do whatever he wants.
And I've seen it before. Turn 1 kills with Storm are very possible.
I've experienced it before.
Underground Sea. And just an honest ponder. So I'm going to take a look at 3 cards.
You can't call it honest when the deck's all dark rituals.
I just did. I'm going to shuffle away. See? Honest.
Yeah.
Anything could happen now.
Right. Well, actually, only a very limited range of things can happen now. But I understand your point.
He could draw Dan.
That's not in this. Nope, didn't see it.
That sucks. A defense grid is the draw. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised to see that in this deck after sideboard, just because of all the blast effects of Force of Will.
It's just a question of how much of that kind of thing can you afford to have going on. You've already seen Dark Confidant. All these sideboard slots come at the expense of engine cards. How are you making room for everything?
See the Synod. Reynolds' second land.
Now, Benjamin does have 3 Duresses and 3 Cabal Therapies in his sideboard, which are essentially flex slots, but I'd be surprised if he cited those out altogether, you know?
Sensei Top. And now, oh, tough guy Welder.
Give him the business.
Let him know where you are.
Yeah.
Ball gonna draw a card here. That's a bad lands. This is a defense grid. Reynolds gonna spin the top. Looks like defense grid is in.
Yeah, Reynolds needs to really find mana. Really needs to find a land here. He does appear to find Great Furnace amongst his 3 cards, which is very good for him.
Looks like a Scalding Tarn as well, so lands don't look to be much of an issue anymore. Also, a Red Elemental Blast.
I mean, this opens up, even though the Red Elemental Blast can't really counter things effectively anymore, this opens up a line next turn. For example, Arthur going to go, all right, Painter's Servant, set it to blue, and I'll just Red Blast your Underground Sea or something and hope that that really sets him back.
Gataxian Probe. Let me see. The Intuition, the Pyroblast, and the 2 copies of Painter Servants now. Ball got anything crazy to do?
Needs to draw off probe.
Yeah, does need to make sure he draws his card off a probe. And he did point to it. Looks like he may have forgotten. So that's something that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah. Sometimes Gataxian Probe is so good you forget that you get to draw a card when it's all said and done, too. You laughed. That happened to me at the Invitational several times. This was a couple years ago.
You take a look at their hand. Oh, it sucks. Just go. I don't even need the card.
This guy is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to draw too. Sweet. Whatever.
I don't think anyone's in the market for a telepathy. Trust me.
Sometimes you need to know.
Yes, but I'd like an extra card as a result.
No, I'm not saying that I'm too rich to turn it down.
Okay.
I'm saying sometimes it felt like it just didn't really matter very much.
Scouting Tarn, going to be the 3rd land. There's a Painter. However, the defense grid is actually going to turn those blasts off on Ball's turn.
Yeah, I think he needs to go into Stone Ray mode right now. I don't think he can afford to kill this defense grid. There's just too high of a chance Benjamin is able to kill him, but he may not be able to function without this underground sea.
Yeah, Stone Ray mode's pretty aggressive, but I kind of like it. And it looks like Arthur going to sacrifice the Scouting Tarn. Maybe he's headed that way.
Oh, I like it. Get at him. Get him.
He's going digging through that deck. Let's see what land he wants to go get. Is it time for a Volcanic, my friend? Going by those mountains. There is your Volcanic. Could spin a top. Could just do nothing. But I think we might see a blast on a land here.
The odds that Benjamin is able to kill him from this spot are just too high. You got to do something with this red blast. And again, I don't think you can be killing the defense grid because that doesn't do anything for the next turn, which is the turn where you risk dying.
Yeah, Painter on blue, of course. No surprise there. Will he fire off? That's the question. Seems like he wants to. Step 1.
Yes.
Weld your face.
Mons Goblin Raiders in yet again.
And he's actually going to go after the grid.
I mean, if he has Force of Will, if he's picked that up, this is fine, but he is taking a big gamble here otherwise.
Lotus Petal to draw here for Ball. He's going to start with a Brainstorm, maybe looking for just the last few pieces to go off this turn. So 3 cards coming. Looks like a couple of lands were picked up.
Dark Ritual too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Benjamin can go off this turn, but if he can't, it's not because going to be because of mana, because he's got a lot to work with.
Scalding Tarn, sacrificing this. This is scary.
Yep.
That's always scary to play against Storm. You see he's going to consult the hand before he figures out what land to go get.
And it's one of those things where Arthur took so long on his turn.
Going to cast a Dark Ritual. And he says, I got to get a land for the Tarn. What am I doing?
And it's one of those things where Arthur took so long on his turn before deciding to blow up the defense grid that you had to assume he doesn't have Force of Will.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been a little bit of a faster turn. It would have just blown up defense grid passive this 2 cards. That he sat there for so long, to me, if I'm Benjamin, I don't believe it.
Can draw a card with the top. Ha-ha.
That does throw a wrench into things.
That does. Gives you the thought that he has a Force of Will. I don't think he's going to stop, though. Here's an Infernal Tutor. What's he going to reveal with this? A Lotus Petal.
Oh, boy.
Well, look, it's go time. Can't stop, won't stop now. There's a Lotus Petal.
This looks like a man trying to get Hellbent and perhaps looking to float a little bit of red mana as well.
Yeah. Not sure if it's an ad nauseum kind of game. But he knows that the window's open. There's a Petal. There's a Petal. We knew about those. Here's a 3rd. Add to that storm count. 4th. Well, okay then. Sacrifice. This Infernal Tutor. Sacrifice. Okay.
All right.
Joblins.
That's a lot of them.
Storm Count, 4 petals, empty. That's 5. Infernal is 6. Dark Ritual is 7. Brainstorm is 8. That's 16 of those things.
But that's still 2 turns.
Oh my God, there's so many of me. It is still 2 turns. It still gives Reynolds plenty of time to get the job done. You see Ball just kind of shrugging his shoulders. This is what I got.
Yep. If it's not lethal next turn, that gives Arthur a bit of setup time here.
Well, just got to pass the turn back, hope for the best. This is what his draw kind of allowed him to do.
I mean, at this point, intuition for Grindstone is the kill next turn, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You can make the mana with a C to the side nod, switch it up, and win. Assuming we have the Storm Count, right? There's only 16.
Yeah, we can also just intuition for like the toolbox like last time too.
Right.
Get the Lion's Eye Diamond and 1 Grindstone since he has a Welder in play. I think he's actually got quite a few options here. See where he's going to start. He's just going to start with the top. The big question is, does he see the kill? Assuming that we have it right too. Because when you're staring down 16 goblins, it's kind of scary. Don't know if playing that top actually does anything.
Yeah, I can't.
He's gonna spin top now. 2, 3. See, a great furnace among other things. This may have been a misstep. May have been blinded by the top. There's an Ancient Tomb. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Then.
That changes things.
Again, if there's 16 goblins, he can still block and use the Ancient Tomb.
Yep. He's going to take 15, assuming he blocks with just the Painter. And then 2 from the Tomb is 17. And 17 still, today, May 11th, 2014, is not 19.
Not quite enough. Here comes the clowns.
How could you? I'm leading an army into the red zone.
This has to be a watershed moment for you. There's never been this many of your tokens in the red zone on camera before,
It feels
right?
good.
Yeah, this has got to feel good.
It feels good to attack with a lot of me and probably still lose. Oh, no.
He could just intuition for Grindstone, for 3 copies of Grindstone, cast it.
Gotcha. That was very scary for a moment. I had based everything around Welder. So.
No, he's good. He can just do it this way.
Yep. Pass it. Take 2. Go to 3.
It looks like he's going to go to exactly 1 life to finish this all off.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's intuition time. It's time to get that 1-mana artifact. Assuming he's still got 3 left in his deck, he can get the job done. And I don't think Benjamin Ball has a lava dart to flashback.
No.
Boy, would that make for a great moment in coverage.
Just starting him here?
Yeah, because he's going to go down to 1
Yeah.
from the tomb, and he just flips over a dart and sacrifices the Badlands.
Yeah, bringing in for Goblin Welder.
Yeah.
That's the Storm Count while I'm going off.
That's true.
Cast it and flash it back for 0 mana.
Says you get a Grindstone, my friend.
And it looks like Arthur's going to just sneak out of this match.
Yeah, you thought that this was the... You thought that Arthur would win this match, but it'd be close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't disappoint.
2 Grindstones to the bin, 1 to the grip. Intuition as well has resolved. Now Reynolds is going to untap. He's at 3. He takes a draw. There's a seat. This is a Grindstone. And this is an activation targeting Benjamin Ball. Whole deck to the bin. Pass the turn back. Ball looks at his 1 card in his hand. He's got to concede the game. Arthur Reynolds going to win this match over Benjamin Ball. Paint Stone on to the finals to play against Blue-Red Delver.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
This guy, Andrew's got to be happy about this outcome, too. Playing against a combo deck that's susceptible to Lightning Bolt as a source of disruption on top of all the counter spells.
I would be a little bit scared. You're playing a blue deck against a deck that has a lot of blasts. You can't rely on Delver, can't rely on Brainstorms. Snapcaster Mage is a lot of your useful tools. So that would be a